Hello friends, today I'm going to talk to you about how to learn basic component level FEA in a hurry. This is mainly aimed at novice learners who are not very interested in going in depth but who just want to learn it to execute a project quickly. Many people ask me how to learn FEA. So these days when people say FEA, they usually mean stress analysis. So in this video we will assume that FEA means stress analysis. Coming back to the question, how to learn FEA, I do not have a generic answer to this. It probably varies from person to person. A thorough learning process, in my experience, can easily take a decade or more. What I'm going to tell you in this video is a quick and dirty way to do it for very beginners, people who do not know anything about FEA, but who want to execute a project in FEA without going in depth on the subject. So if you're passionate in FEA and want to go in depth, I do not recommend this approach. So step one will be learn the basics of mechanics of materials. So mechanics of materials includes strength of materials, theory of elasticity, and other sister sciences. So basically, what you have to learn in this, the concept of stress, stress distributions, theories of failure, different types of material failures and how to predict them, then different types of structural failures and how to predict them. Step 2, you apply them to some simple problems and try to predict whether they're going to fail or not. Step 3, learn how to improve the structural performance in case a design fails. You can try it for some simple structures like beams, shafts, etc. All this using hand calculations. So the step 2 will be you learn to perform a push button analysis. At this stage, you just import a geometry, uh, carry out the FEA process and run the simulation and get a result and view the result. So at the end of this stage, you're just going to know how to perform a simulation in the software. You're not going to get a reliable simulation, but yes, you learn the process flow in the software. So the step 3 will be you have to learn the concept of solution convergence. So when you mesh a structure, meshing is a part of the FEA process, and when you mesh a structure, no, just a random mesh will not do. So you have to follow some procedure. So so you read about the concept of solution convergence. Basically, you keep refining the mesh till the difference between the results is not very high. So basically, you keep refining the mesh till the solution does not change by much. For example, let us say the stress is coming 200 MPa, then you get 200, then you when you refine the mesh you get 201, 200.1, then 200.2, then 200.2, 200.2. So when it does not change that much, at that time you can say the solution is converged. Step 4, learn about mesh quality parameters. So these are the parameters that define the mesh. So and a mesh is not just defined by its element size. Other than this, you have to look at various things like aspect ratio, Jacobian, skew, warpage, jet collapse, etc. So, and then you learn about the acceptable values of these and try to get it within the limits. Next step, then you apply all the concepts learned, including the solution convergence, the mesh quality parameters, etc., and then you apply them to a structure, and then you plot the results. Next stage, step 6, you learn to interpret the results of the simulation. So at this stage, whatever the material failures you had learned in the mechanics of materials, whatever the structural failures you had learned in the design of machine elements, all those things you apply here, and you predict if the structure is safe or not. So then, but it's important to learn how to handle singular stress, because singular stress generally we ignore. You have to learn how to deal with singular stress, and here whatever you have learned in the mechanics of material helps. This is the simple plan I have designed for learning FEA quickly. Thank you, friends.